Right off the bat, we're going already. And there's some... There's some echo. Not anymore, should be good now. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Right off the bat, let's go. Savage and Nevi, how are you guys? Okay, we're gonna go right off the bat, My hair is all over the place. I don't have a hair tie, so... Zaddy Hink. Daddy Link, but Zaddy Hink. How you guys doing today? I had to break there. Ah, shoot. Dude, I can't get a single item. What's up, Truly? Welcome in. What's going on, friend? I just started. We're just like right off the bat, man. Finally, I got an item. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Bye. Oh no, there was a banana there. Oh no. No. Oh, this is not the last lap. I thought it was. Like, I was running like it was the last lap. Hey! Yeah, we hit the wall. Then I hit the wall running. Oh my god. Oh my god. And she got my item. Oh my gosh, man. Ugh. I missed the item like a million. Did you see like every single, like it was every single lap I missed the item. For every single lap I missed the item. It is whack, dude. By the way, the game is amazing already. This game's amazing already. Oh, you're liking Tales of Arise? It's pretty cool. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. I think. Yeah, I think you're gonna really like it. Did we get raided? What's up, guys? Yo, classy raid. Welcome in, Moses and Jojo and Delta. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Soba, Storm. How are you guys doing? Classy, cozy gamer. How are you, friend? It's good to see you. Sorry guys, I'm a little late for stream because I got distracted playing Final Fantasy. And when I looked at the time, it was already late. So I was like, uh-oh. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, by the time I looked at the time, it was like, uh-oh. Good. Thank you for raiding, friends. Don't forget to check out my friend, Classy Cozy Gamer. How are you guys tonight? What were you playing? I'm very happy. There you go. Oh, you're Tolner Cara Feliz. That's a Portuguese name. I don't know if you know that. Feliz in Portuguese means happy. So that's a fun name. Dude, why am I missing items so drastically? Did that hit anyone? I didn't boost. I'm in 6th place, but I have 9 coins, so. Oh, I knew I was gonna eat it. I had to hit the wall. I had to hit the wall because that piranha was gonna. I knew I was gonna eat it from that piranha, so I had to hit the wall. I had to hit the wall. It is better. Dude, I have a star and I can't catch up to anyone. And this Madison is still ahead of me. Like, I have a star and she's still ahead of me, dude. Like, I can't catch up to her. Like, something's funny here. I could never catch up to her. I don't know what kind of turbo this lady has, but I just couldn't catch up to her. Ooh, boy. Thanks for coming in with a raid. No, of course. You can call me Tolner or Kara. Kara, I think Kara is a very beautiful name. How are you? Sorry I haven't been in your streams lately. That's okay. You don't have to explain yourself. I'm glad you're here, though. Have your streams been? Mario Kart? Yes, Carl. We're doing Mario Kart. Which button is it for drifting on the controller? Oh yeah, I use the R button. So the R button right there, that's the one I use. So if this is the ABYX, it would be the top one. Hey Zed, how's it going? Mr. Zed, Carl. How are you, Carl? Carl, my darling. Carlisle. Good evening, everyone in chat, yeah? Thank you, Sidka. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Tomorrow I'm gonna work at my grandpa's coffee shop. Oh, I'm gonna be grinding some beans. Yeah, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct. The Switch 2 Direct is coming up. That's gonna be fun. Which way am I going? Oh, this way. Let's see if I can snipe this dude. I'm in 3rd place. That was a snipe. Aw, dang, he pushed me into the thing. There's always someone with some bull crap. There's always some bull crap, dude. Let's go, let's go. But if you guys want to play with me, I'm playing on Universal right now, but anyone's free to join me. And get the item. Everybody's so hungry, dude. Dude, this Madison, I swear to goodness. You and that square garden of yours, I swear to goodness. Dang, that it didn't go very well. Yo, Jen, gotta lurk at work. Oh, you're at work? Frosty, by the way, this game is amazing. Yeah, it is. Hello, Christina, welcome in. Don't poop yourself today, Randall. Listen, I've been pooping myself since I was born. I'm not gonna stop now. Zed, are you gonna join me? Sniper Sam, how are you? Is my friend Zed gonna join me? I just got to the lava mountain area. Lava mountain area. Yeah, I think I've gotten to that point. What's everyone's predictions for the direct? I could pronounce myself, Carl, but I'm saving it for a video. I was supposed to do it today, and I ended up not doing it, but I got distracted with playing a game. But I can finish it tomorrow. Make a bracelet for ZA? Imagine customizing a make a bracelet. Well, you should do a bingo card thing for it. Yeah, I have to look into like how people even create those things. I don't even know. I'd have to look into it for sure. Like a bingo card would be very cool, yeah. I'm very excited for it. I don't mean to sound like I'm not. I had a long day, like I did a lot, so I'm kind of tired. I'm a little on the tired side. And also not sleeping very well doesn't help too much, but it was a long day. Ah, dude, I used the box. Yeah, did you see the leak about the C button, Carl? Did you see, did you read about the C button? That's gonna be wild. I hit the wall. I hit the wall running. Yeah, I did those turns way better than she did. Let's go. Oh, they stole my banana. That was my only line of defense. Oh, I'm way ahead of them. I think even if I get hit with the... That was horrible. It's always the same crap with this game. Oh, she hit a wall or something. Yeah, I think I win this. What the heck? Suck it. Dude, they tried to take my... Oh my gosh. I don't know. That was a very close one. They tried to take my crown, but I stood firm. I stood firm and strong. Throw a banana behind you when someone throws a shell at you. If you could actually hit it, another player will slip on the banana. You should try that sometime. Wow, I didn't know that. Wait, if you throw the banana back, it hits the shell, but then how does it hit the player? I don't get it. Nice win, Frosty. Thank you, Breefoot. Brianna, how are you? Good win. Thank you. Thank you, Felice. I appreciate that. Or Kara. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I was streaming Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but the Pretendo servers are acting pretty strange. You were streaming Mario Kart on the Wii U? But the Pretendo servers? You mean Nintendo? Is that a play on Nintendo? Nice one. Thank you, guys. Lynn is here. Hi, Lynn. This new map looks sick. Coca, I mean, it's part of the DLC, yes. Brianna is here. Let's go. I think my arch nemesis is gonna be, Madison has been my, arch nemesis for tonight. We'll see if we can beat her. What do you guys want to see, Carl? What do you want to see? You've been trying to stay away from videos? What are you expecting to... Okay, I won't give you any spoilers. Oh, Christina, by the way, thank you so much for helping me. I know I should have, I forgot to let you know that I was going live. Thank you so much for helping me. I'll be doing more. I'll be doing more after stream. I don't know if you're gonna keep doing it or if you want to play some Mario Kart. There you go, Madison. Got her. Brianna, I've been practicing. Told you. God dang, bro, I hit the button. Yeah, Christina, I really appreciate you helping me. I meant to tell you this, but I don't know. I looked at the time and I panicked and I just went live and I forgot to even tell you. But I apologize. But thank you so much for helping me. You've been super nice. It really made me happy. I know you took time off your stuff to do that, so thank you. God dang it with these guys. Jams. I can never do the hop. You're welcome, and thank you. I had fun doing it. Yeah, we can, I don't know if you're gonna have time or not. I don't know if you're gonna have time, but we can do it after stream. Perhaps I'll do a little bit more. I think I will. Just because I really want to get that top. There's a character that I wanna... I'm not gonna say who it is, I'll let you guys guess. But there's a character that I want to cosplay in Final Fantasy 14. And it's a character that I really like. It's one of my favorite characters of all time. And I'm not gonna say who it is, but there's a character I want to cosplay, okay? And to cosplay this character, or at least it's not gonna look exactly like the character looks, but to look at least close, or the template that I saw, you have to get this top. There's like this tank top thing that I want to get, but you won't believe the hoops that I have to jump over just to get the tank top in the game. Well, first I needed to unlock the area. This is true, like this was all like within the past like hour and a half. Like first I had to unlock the area, and I had to do like a quest to unlock the area. I finally unlocked the area, so I get to the vendor in the new area that I unlocked. I get to the vendor, and she says, "Oh, sorry, but I can't sell stuff to you because you haven't done this or that." So I'm just like, what the fluff? And so I asked Christina for help because I don't know what to do. And she helped me figure it out. And so I had to do another quest to get that going. And then I had to go level up to level 10 with a class that I don't use. So I had to farm trees for like half an hour to get to level 10. Then I finally get to level 10. I go back to the guy, to another guy. And then I have to farm for this guy for him to give me the points that I need to buy the top. So I need 2,200 points. And I spent about half an hour doing it, and I got 100 points out of that. And I turned to Christina and I said, this is impossible, man. There's the fudge am I gonna do this? So now I figured out that I have to spend hours farming until I get 2,000 points to buy the stupid top. And I understood that this was gonna be a journey. Hello, Metal. Hello, Moms. It's always mad. Oh, God. There's so much stuff. Pretendo Network. Also, oh, shoot. I was reading. I just face planted. I just made out with that wall. Hello, Metal. How are you, Metal? How's my metal? My Medal of Metal. You guys ever played a game called Medal of Honor? There used to be a game called Medal of Honor. I played it. I think it was on the Xbox. That was a big... I hit Madison, so I'm happy. So I hit Madison, so I'm happy. Hello, PS1 Medal of Honor. You played it, Carl? Yeah, I don't know if it was the PS1 one that perhaps I played the PS1 one. I think the one I played the most was on yeah, it was on the original Xbox that I played. One of them at least, but I know I had more experiences. You played the 360 one? The Medal of Honor 360? This is the time, like, Medal of Honor, I think. They still make games, right? 3DX games online after the official servers? Ah, okay, I see. I've just arrived. Are we going to challenge, or is this just dumb fun? Are we doing a challenge? No, this is just dumb fun. We're just having fun, man. How are you, Moms? It's good to see you. Dude, I don't like any of these. I'll go to Bangkok. Hello, beautiful moms, she says. Hi, Chev. I have Medal of Honor on the GameCube. Oh, nice. You just gotta... No brain gather, and dang, it's slow. Yeah, it's slow, and the thing that kind of made it a little bit worse for me, Christina, was that... Gosh dang it, come on. Like, you have to go up and down in the islands. Like, when you have to go down to the bottom island, you know what I'm talking about. When you have to go down to the bottom island, it's just... It takes forever, dude. It just takes forever. Sorry. I didn't mean to open my mouth in front of you guys. I bet that looked very bad. Is Brianna the only one that's playing with me right now? Kakashi. Oh no. Mom says hey again, Christina. You guys been hanging out too? Perhaps in Bald. Bald didn't stream tonight, I don't think. Oh dang, man. I deserve to lose. Oh shit. Oh shoot. I was itching. I was scratching my itch. I thought I was like I took my hands off the steering. I thought it was just like a straight. I could just beeline it, but I guess not. Oh my gosh. Are you liking the combat in Tales of Arise? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the combat. I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't finished the game, but I got pretty far, but it's one of those situations where I started playing something else, and it's not because I don't know. I really enjoyed the game. It's a lot like, I thought you'd like it because it's, I feel like it's a lot like Grand Blue, right? Oh! Oh, what a fail. I've got the power. I got a knife? You have the game, but you don't play it. Hello, Dylan. Welcome in. Head still hurts and I can't watch, but will listen to you play. Okay. You doing okay, moms? Just a headache? Oh, Nevi's here. I recognize him anywhere. Nevi's here. Is Brianna here? I don't see Brianna. Unless she's the one with the crown. God forbid. Is she the one with the crown? No, you're not, Brianna. You don't deserve this crown. You don't. I'm here with the crown. Ah, shoot. You have Twitch up on your TV, good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys showing support on the Twitch side. I take Twitch seriously as well, so. You have your follow-up tomorrows? What's, what are you thinking? I mean, you've been feeling better, right? I know you said you've been feeling better. No, I know from your surgery, I know. I'm just asking, what do you think, what are you thinking? You feeling better, right? Hopefully. Well, at least last we spoke. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Ay caramba. Dylan, it's good to see you here. Dylan's playing with us. I love it. Stop it. Stop it, man. The Brianna and Hector are in a doozy there. They're tangled up. Dude, my TV is dying more and more and more. I've been trying to get my other TV, but I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, man. I was thinking, I wouldn't say all day, but it was on my mind a lot. Like, how am I gonna make this work? Yeah, Dylan is here. Dylan's here. He's here to play Mario with us. I love it. I love it. I'll get 4th, maybe? Yeah, I can't squeeze anything else. Brianna got 3rd, I think. I have a few issues still. Not sure I have is embarrassing, but oh well. Embarrassing? Oh boy. I can imagine. Brianna got 2nd. Wow, the little rascal. Little rascal. Sorry about my hair. I know it's all messy-ish because I didn't yeah, every time I wash my hair and then dry it, it becomes like really poofy. That's what you're seeing right now. And not only that, like I lost my hair tie. I don't know where my hair tie went. So I'm basically like it's all loosey-goosey, man. It's all loosey-goosey. And this is what you see. What you see is what you get. Oh my gosh, I even drooled. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Your pelvis is mad. I imagined it was something like that. Yeah, well, that's... Ooh, Sydney. I just see your hair pixelating in the background. What do you mean pixelating in the background? What do you mean pixelating in the background? What is the meaning of this text message? What is the meaning of this conglomeration of words? They have the oil. Oh, that's not an oil thing. That's an attraction. I thought it was one of those oil things that you see in LA. Bro, I can barely see. It's this stupid, my stupid TV's gone dark. Yeah, but I think we can expect a lot of good things from the Switch too. I think a lot of people are gonna be happy. Nintendo, again, they are expecting to sell a lot. Okay, they're expecting to sell, I think it's 7 million first day. I don't know where the fluff. I don't think that's ever been done in a console history. Like, they're super optimistic for the Switch 2. There seems to be a new feature for the Switch 2 that has been leaked. That it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun? Question mark. It's kind of like a callback to the Wii U, so we'll see what happens there. We don't have to wait much longer, but everybody's like, pretty much everybody's making predictions right now. Everybody's got their bingo cards on. I think we'll do. I think we'll do one. You gotta take your dog for a walk. If it wasn't your dog, if it was anybody else or anything else, I would say do not do it. Stay with me forever. But since it's your dog, I'm gonna have to say yes, sir. Please do. Got it. Into the opera house we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. What the? Oh, no. I still got 8th. You're not a fan of the Switch Lite? Why'd you get it? Hey, Chris, what's going on? Welcome in. If you could make one Nitro track. Nitro track? What is that? Like a new track? Allons-y à Paris. If I could bring one track back, it would be... There's one that I've always wanted that I was sad they didn't bring back. I forget which one it was. It escapes me now. There was one, I've talked about it when I played Mario Kart. Like, I've said it a few times. I wish they brought this back, but I forget, like, to be honest. It'll come to me, it'll come to me. We're good, just chilling, watching Frosty. Yeah. No, absolutely. Dino Jungle? I forget which one that is. Oh, I know which one it was. It's the jungle japes from DK. That's one I'd love to see. The N64 one. The DK, the one that if you go off track, it throws like coconuts at you or something. Like, it's more like spiky balls. Yeah, that's one that I'd like to see return. I've never played Double Dash, so. Time for me to get first. I already got first tonight, so I'm cooking. And I'm not like hecka trying or anything. Oh my mother of... Oh shoot. I almost went. Did you see that? That was some Vin Diesel. That was some family stuff. Cause you didn't get the joke. It's a Fast and Furious joke. Get it, Vin Diesel family. Yeah, that's what I was going for. It didn't work out. No, not. Don't do this to me. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's Litton is here. I know Litton. Right? I know. Oh shit. Ooh boy. Do you guys think we're gonna see more? Do you guys think it's gonna be an hour? I think it's an hour, right? The presentation. I've heard some opinions that an hour is too much. They say, oh, this is when they start losing people's attention span. I'm not sure about that. They were saying like 15 minutes was the optimal. I was like, I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, I can see where they're coming from with that. But I think an hour is a good amount of time to explain, especially if you have a lot to explain. I'm glad that it's an hour just because, I mean, as long as the hour is not wasted on them talking about the one feature, you know what I mean? Like, that one, because we know there's gonna be a gimmick, man. There's, you know. I think the gimmick's gonna be the mouse, but also the C button. Now we know there's a C button. But we also know that Nintendo is known for their C buttons. The GameCube has a C button, the N64 has a C button, the C buttons, to be more precise. I don't know about the Wii, I don't think the Wii had it, but... so now we know that we have a C button, so we'll have to see what that does. That's the biggest secret right now, is what that C button does. We'll have to find out once it comes out, of course, but I'm more concerned about the I'm really concerned about the graphical capabilities of the Switch in terms of... I don't expect the console to be... I never expect a Nintendo console to be like... I don't expect it to be groundbreaking at all. Like, I'm just expecting it to at least... Like, I want it to do 4K. I want it to do 60 FPSs, man. Like, game developers have been doing 4K, 60 FPSs. These people have moved into ray tracing. They've moved in onto... Well, we did find out that the VRR is going to be 120 hertz, which is... That's pretty good. So we shouldn't see a lot of choppiness. That's very, very good. We also know that their version of AI upscaling is going to be pretty I mean, if we go off of their patents, they had like over 100 pages of patents just released, which is absolutely, I've talked about this, which is kind of crazy how it even passed, because when you do a patent, you're basically trademarking, copyrighting that idea. So imagine if you have a page, if you have 100 pages filled with ideas, and you basically copyright all of that. Do you see where the problem with that is? Can you guys see? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see how that's a problem? It basically means that Nintendo's gonna own everything. Like, they're gonna own like every single idea. You know, it doesn't mean that exactly, because a patent can be very broad, and to follow it can be very broad as well. But from what I saw and read, it's such broad things, like upscaling from 480 to 720, and there's actually a 1440 that is mentioned in there, from 720 to 1440. I think they're gonna be doing 720 to 1080, if you ask me personally. I think that's gonna be they're gonna native 720. They might even native 540. They might do to, and then they'll bring it up to 1080. 540 to 1080. They might native 540, perhaps. I think that would be. We might see a lot of. I don't know. It might be very noticeable. It depends on how they upscale it. It depends on the technology. It's going to depend on the developer and what the developer is going to do with it. Nintendo's going to be three things. This is what the Switch 2 is going to be. 100%. Like, you bet your buttocks this is what the Switch 2 is going to be. The Switch 2 is going to be one gimmick that might revolutionize gaming, like we've seen with the D-pad. We know Nintendo is famous for revolutionizing things because they think, you know, however gimmicky they are, I mean, they're bound to like hit one, right? You know, if you shoot enough shots, eventually you'll hit the mark. So we should be seeing some of that. So the gimmick's going to be a great component. We'll see what the gimmick's going to do for us. We can only speculate. If it is the gimmick that I think it is, we know that the mouse thing is going to be the part of the gimmick, but then we have the C button too, and that might be where it gets interesting. So we'll have to see. Hi, Luna! How are you? You're still sick? What? Got a mild food poisoning? Oh no. Hi, Meowie. I hope you feel better. Absolutely. Sorry about that. Sorry, I was lost in thought. You know when I start talking? So, key things you want to take from what we know. Hi, Meowie. Key things you have to know about the Switch 2, okay? Going into this, don't expect... I don't know. I wouldn't expect 4K. If they say that they can do 4K, I'm gonna be very... But I think 60 FPS has to be in there, okay? 60 FPS has to be on the Switch 2. This is not something that I'm willing to even like accept. Dude, game developers have been developing games for 60 FPSs for 10 years. Think about that. Game developers have been creating 60 FPS games for over 10 years. Okay? And these mother fluffers at Nintendo, bro, cannot freaking stick the landing if they had 1,000,000 birds holding them up and 50 parachutes and they'd still face plant off a jump. This isn't, they cannot, these mother fluffers cannot stick the landing, dude. This is what I'm gonna tell you about. This is what you need to know. The gimmick is gonna be it, okay? The gimmick is gonna decide a lot. We'll have to see. The mouse is gonna face plant of looking. The mouse is gonna have to be, it's gonna have to be good. Like, the question on people's minds is, how is the mouse gonna work if I don't have a table? I was thinking perhaps Nintendo would give you like a little pad or something that you could use. And these ideas have been floating in my head, but then I think of the ergonomics of that, and I think of the practicality of that, and then I start questioning if that's even reasonable to do, right? Like, imagine if on the Switch case it comes with like, literally comes with like a flat platform for you to use, like a portable flat platform, you know what I mean? Like, how would they do that? I don't know. But, I mean, it's been crossing my mind. I mean, how? The other good thing, which I think would be the victory, you know, the victory bell here, would be if they actually made it work on your leg. Okay, if the technology is there, that it's actually like very practical and it works very well for it to be used on your leg. We know that you could get a mouse laser to work on your leg, but I mean, there's no room there. Now, we need to know that Nintendo is crafty. These guys are crafty, man. I mean, these guys sell cardboard, they tell you it's Legos, and you buy it. These guys are crafty, man. They'll build Optimus Prime with paper clips and bubble gum. Alright? Like, these guys are crafty, man. So I would not underestimate Nintendo. They make games, dude. This is the part that frustrates me with this company, is that they are so smart, dude, but they're so scummy at the same time with their business practices. And we've seen this obviously with a few hits here and there. Even at the inception of the company, the very beginnings of the company with, excuse me, I had an itch in my ear, you know me. Even with the inception of the company, with the whole Sony debacle and the Panasonic thing, that they were gonna give the business to Sony, but then went to Panasonic for their speakers. I mean, there's a whole story behind it, and then Sony was like left adrift. And that's what actually propelled them to actually make the PlayStation. Which it's crazy. Like, Nintendo's history is a history of blood and allegedly. I don't know for sure, but this is what I hear. I'm gonna head to bed. Parker, you take care, brother. Things to look out for. The gimmick. I'm gonna summarize what I'm saying. Another thing we have to look at: 4K, 60 FPSs. Forget about 120. And the miracle is gonna be in the game developing for this console. We're looking at a Tegra 239, 329. It's 239 or 329. I forget which one it is. This thing has. Listen to me. This is crazy. This is gonna blow your mind. This thing, in the bad way. This thing, and get this. This thing has 1,500 CUDA cores. Okay? I almost want to cry. So it's all gonna be... It's gonna be... I mean, it does have 12 gigs. DDR5, which is very good. And it's very good. I mean, it's... They need that RAM. They're compensating for that RAM, and I tell you why they're putting that good RAM there. You know why they're not going with 8 like the PS4? But the PS4 is AMD, so we're looking. I think they went with NVIDIA. If the leaks we got are true, this is not confirmed yet. But the leaks, I'm pretty sure the leaks are true, because it makes absolute sense that Nintendo would go with the budget 8nm freaking SoC that is cheap, you know. And of course they would do that. Of course they would do that. They wanna lower the price of the console, and the reason they're going for that RAM, I think, is because they really want the upscaling to look legit. Problems with the upscaling is, you see with AI upscaling, right? With the problem that you see with that is that you'll see a lot of flickering in the background. Those are like the symptoms, right? You'll see, like, in the background, you'll see some flickering, like from frame to frame. You'll see that the AI or the super sampling that doesn't quite respond pretty well in some cases. You see this in Cyberpunk's 1967 or 87 or 59, 69, whatever the mother fluffing year is, man. When Keanu Reeves had a prosthetic leg that was made of steel, and some dude in the future, you know what I'm talking about. You know that game, Cyberpunk 53. What's the number? Never played it, but I've been seeing like benchmarks. I've been seeing. It was very interesting because I watched a video on the closest we got is a 2060 or a 2050. 77? Okay, 77. So I think it's a 2050, which is, but this is a GPU, right? This is an actual graphics card. And I think it's Ampere architecture as well. I think the 2050 is Ampere. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to check it. Now the Ampere architecture came out early 22, late 21, I believe. It just means that it's just a certain type of architecture that they make for the graphics cards that they make at that generation. It's called the Ampere architecture, and that's where that SoC is made with the Tegra 239 or 329, I forget which one. And I think it's very, very interesting. I've been there was this guy, he made the comparison, right? Because it has comparable RT cores, and it has comparable CUDA cores, which they're in the vicinity. Now, if you apply, even it doesn't run that graphics card, which is comparable to the graphics card on the Tegra that we know of. It doesn't play. It can't stand Unreal Engine 5. It didn't even play the Matrix. The Matrix. Hey, how's it going, Tom? Welcome in. You know the Matrix demo they did to demo like the. To demo my brain is fried, man. Did you rate us, Tom, by the way? To demo the Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, that's what they did. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Yeah, this playing, reading chat, and playing and doing all that, I lose my train of thought. Tom, did you just rate us? Tom rated us? Thank you, Tom, for the raid. I appreciate that a lot, buddy. Welcome on in. Thank you so much. No, it's far superior to a PlayStation 3. It's far superior to a PlayStation 3. Nah, far superior. And the big difference is going to be on the RAM, the CPU as well. The AI upscaling is going to make the whole difference. The RAM it's not even... it's an octa-core, right? So that's also superior. The graphics card is superior. Because here's the thing, the problem with graphics cards is you can have a more modern graphics card that has, on its face value, if you look at the stats, on its face value, it's gonna look better. The old one's gonna look better, but the new one has an applied a more. I'm trying to think of an actual practical example, so I don't just give like nothing. So I don't give like an example that is void. So, for example, a graphics card that can like support DLSS, for example, will do better than a graphics card that cannot support DLSS, and on its face, like the stats are better. Okay. But the thing is, DLSS is a great advantage. Again, because you can play low native resolutions at the very little cost and upscale it real time with AI. You upscale it to literally 1080p or even 4K 1440p. You can do that. I mean, there's a little know-how. I don't know exactly. I don't program these things, but I'm aware of that it's possible to do because it's been done. At a very little cost to your frame rate, or at least way much little cost to your RAM, and it doesn't affect your frame rate as much. So what I'm saying, basically what I'm saying is AI upscaling is like it was made for the Switch. And if they can master the AI upscaling, that's gonna fall on the developers. They're set. They can do 4K. They can do 4K, and the truth is, and again, I'm gonna repeat myself here. This is very interesting. You guys need to pay attention. This is very interesting. I know you guys are loving this talk. I know you're loving this talk. The truth is that a comparable GPU, now granted, this is not a SoC. We're talking about a standalone GPU comparable to the Tegra. Okay, will not run Unreal Engine 5 on its face. It will run something like Death Stranding if you apply DLSS, and you can get a solid 60 FPS. In fact, you could probably get even 70 something FPS. Okay. So, in reality, it's very difficult to compare the Switch 2. If these are the real stats, I remind you guys, this has been leaked. We don't know for sure if it's true, but there's a high chance that it is true. Okay? But we don't know for sure. There's a good chance it might be true. If not, because I know Nintendo is not going to talk about the specs of the console, right? They're not going to talk about the specs of the console. They're gonna release it and be like, yeah, this plays Mario. And they'll be like, this plays Mario, so you're good. That's all you want to know. No, I want to know the specs. What's the SoC? What are we looking at, man? I want to know. Yeah, but they don't talk about it. Perhaps they'll drop a little, I don't know. They're certainly not gonna show any benchmarks or anything of the sort. I don't think even Sony does that, to be honest. I haven't watched TV since 2013. That's crazy. Yeah, very unlikely. It's very unlikely. So how's Mario Kart going? It's going great, Tom. Guys, don't forget to check out... Can we drop that link for Tom again? I appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm kind of lost in thought, but... I do want to know the specs so we can all roast it, because I expect a lot of cheap ideas. I'm going to be honest with you, Chev. For what they want to sell it for, like $400, this is all conjecture because we don't know for sure. But we're assuming, we're making a lot of assumptions here. If it's going for $400, we got a pretty good deal. Okay, this is a budget. It's a budget, man. It's a budget console. What the Switch 2 is going to be, if this is given to be true, you're basically getting the best stats out of the best price. Okay, so you're getting a good price. You're getting the best of what low price can buy you. Okay, so you're getting the best of the bottom. Okay, but here's where I'm confident. The Switch is they're very good at game developing. They're very good at game developing for the Switch. And that's why people are getting like very early dev kits for the Switch 2. They're getting very early dev kits because Nintendo themselves understands that their consoles are hard to get games into because they don't fit the mold with any other console out there. They're always like a little behind. They always require a little bit of tweaking. They're never just as simple as, you know? So you don't have a lot. Basically what you're doing is you don't have a lot to play with. So make sure you play right. Okay? It's like they have to do, when they develop for Nintendo, they have to do a little bit of Sudoku, right? Instead of going like straight up. So developing for the PS5 would probably be something more like, what's 10 plus 10? What's 20 plus 20? Whereas in developing for the Switch is more like, let's do a Sudoku puzzle, right? Like you'll get there, but you're gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be like doing a little bit extra there. And now another reason, oh my gosh, Metal. What the heck, Metal, you beautiful. Thank you, Metal. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Metal. That's so amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the 5. Oh, friend. Thank you so much. And now, I am saying all these things, but I could be wrong about my assumptions here. I do not think that I am wrong. I could be wrong. But based on information that we have gotten, we know that developers struggled for the Switch. And that's why I am saying, based on the stats that we have on the console, yeah, we're gonna see game developers, if they're gonna put Rebirth on that, which that's my biggest hope, like shove Remake and Rebirth on that, and if that's a launch title, I'm gonna freaking lick Nintendo's feet. I'm doing all right. I'm working. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Lynn. Nobody watches TV anymore, Lynn. Hope you're all doing all right. So to answer your question there, Chev, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I do think that it's a middle of the road specs console. And I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. So I'm expecting 60 FPS. I'm expecting 60 FPS, and I'm expecting a solid release. We're pretty sure it's gonna release in June, right? The console's gonna come out in June, perhaps late June. I'm guessing the 26th of June. Is my bet on that. So we'll have to see. But I want to see third parties, man. I want to see perhaps Halo, Doom: The Dark Ages. We want to see Doom: The Dark Ages on there. I think they're gonna put Soulburn. What's the name of that? Soulburn. You know those games. Burns, Blood, Soul Blood. I think the GameCube collection is unlikely, but I think we're gonna get Wii U games. I think we're gonna get 3DS games. Yes. Dark Soul. No, Bloodborne. Christina, how do you know this? Christina, you played the crap out of Bloodborne. Bloodborne is the one. I want to see perhaps Elden Ring, Bloodborne, I want to see Halo. We know that Microsoft has expressed a lot of support for the Switch, and this is why the Nintendo gets away with this, because they have such a big market, dude. And people, they don't mind if they have to jump through hoops, like do the Sudoku to follow in the metaphor there. They don't, I don't, you know, and the analogy actually, you know, they don't care if they have to do Sudoku, because it'll pay off, dude, right? It'll pay off because Nintendo's got such a big market. They just do. So it's worth it. It's worth it for the developers, and Nintendo gets away with this for that very reason. Because people are like, yeah, well, if we want to sell another 1 million copies, we're gonna have to put it on the Nintendo Switch, and that means we're gonna have to optimize our game to work on that system that plays like a microwave. You know? And I you know what, when I first heard about the stats, I was disappointed. But after I've seen Nintendo's patents, I start to understand that they have a good grasp of what they're doing. And then I start to remember the craftiness of the things that they did with the Switch one. It's almost sinful and almost miraculous, the games that they got away with on the Switch one. Like stuff like Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch one is like the second coming of Jesus Christ. It is crazy what they did with that. The fact that they got that running in that game, in that console, you know, it's amazing. What, me? Why me? I was in first place. Now I'm gonna get destroyed. Okay, so in layman's terms, what are we looking at? Again, you're looking at a low budget, good computer. Okay, you're looking at a low budget, good computer, and the big advantage that it has is that the hardware is compatible with the technology that makes games run better. Like stuff like the VRR, again, the VRR, they're doing 120. So Christina was saying, I want the game to look good. That's going to make it look very good, which it basically, it cuts out like the choppiness of it. So if you see a line go by, you know, you see that line, imagine this is in your monitor. You know, like certain times in your game, you see like the pixelation on the side of the line, but when it moves, like the bottom part moves, but the top takes a little bit, lags a little behind, and you see like the choppiness of the movement. It's not fluid movement. That's what the VRR corrects, right? And I think the first Switch runs at 60 megahertz, which is low. It's low. So the Switch 2 is going to run at 120, which is going to be very good. I think you can expect OLED. You're not going to see an LCD. Yes, LCD. I don't think we're gonna see it like we saw on the Switch 2, on the Switch one with the OLED. We can expect the LSD, right? The Witcher shouldn't run on it either. Not The Witcher 4. I don't think so. No. Again, it's gonna be the game developers that are gonna make miracles for this console. It's gonna come down to what level of upscaling they're gonna do. They're gonna be able to get away with a lot with the handheld mode. We also know about the battery that is it's rocking it. Looking at the crevice of the battery slot on the leaked images, one can assume that they're going for a 20 watt battery. And again, I've made this statement before. So we're looking at full power. We're looking at 2 hours gameplay, 10 watts per hour. So we're not looking at a battery like, I don't think you're looking at something like the Steam Deck, for example. No, it's very interesting because I started looking into the specs of the Steam Deck. And I think they're rocking AMD too. I gotta look at it again because I forgot already. I looked at it like it was last month, but I think they're going with Radeon and AMDs as well. Which I think, I don't know. AMD is a pretty good, they got some pretty strong things, you know, like as NVIDIA went the DLSS route. And AMD kind of went more the super sampling, like on steroids route. With the, I forget what their technology is. I mean, it's way more demanding, right? So like, NVIDIA had the winner here, like, hands down. Of course, for not forgetting the debacle that they're doing with the 50s now. With the, I think it's the 5090 or whichever one's has been like people have been very upset with them. Rightfully so. Basically the gist of it is their top of the line graphics card, they sold for like $700, and then they released not too long later a graphics card that is comparable to their strongest one, or can do at least the same kind of things, but it's going for like less than double the price. So everybody was like super upset about that. I haven't read into the story, so I'm kind of giving you like kind of broad statements here because I don't, that's like the gist of the story, but I haven't read like the details of it specifically. I glanced the topic, so there might be some details here that I'm not quite hitting right, but yeah, the 50 series is the 50 series. Yeah, because they have the 4 times. I think they've gone for 4 times. Oh boy, frame skip. It's not frame skip. Frame. I hate that I forget that. There's so much terminology, and I just forget it. Is there another direct soon? I know that just. Hey, Shadow, welcome in. Warhead, welcome in. Yeah, it's the April 2nd, Shadow. Millie meows on the Twitch side. Love you, Meowie. So yeah, the 50 series is doing good. The unrealistic hope you would want to see for the Switch too. I think 4K. I think 4K. I think 4K is what I want to see. I want to see bright, brilliant 60 FPS 4K. Which I think they're not going to be able to pull off. I don't think they're going to be able to pull off. I mean, if they have Cyberpunk in there, I'm going to be shocked if they have Cyberpunk in there. Again, a major levels of a... Cyberpunk is very versatile, as even if you go into Cyberpunk's like options and stuff, they have all sorts of... These guys are inclusive, man. They have all kinds of... Bro, if you wanna, you could do anything with Cyberpunk 77. I think there's so much customization for that game. I think that's a great, good thing. So, I think it's very possible that we'll see from Cyberpunk 77. Actually, I really want to see Rebirth and Remake. I think there's a very good chance we'll see Rebirth Remake. I think we'll see a new Nintendo IP. I don't know how much they're gonna focus on lineup, right? We'll have to see. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy to see what they're gonna pull off, but. Yeah, I think they're mostly gonna I don't think we're gonna see a lot of... If we see a little bit of the games, I don't think they're gonna dedicate a lot of time to it. They're gonna say, this is the Switch's lineup for release. You know? If you remember, the Wii U came out with like freaking Mario that already existed. Breath of the Wild, which is... It didn't even come out with Breath of the Wild, did it? I don't even think it did. The Wii U didn't come out with Breath of the Wild, it was the Switch. I'm confusing my consoles here. Yeah, so it was Zombies U, remember that? Zombies U. and friggin' new Mario Brothers from 2 generations ago, and it's still called new. And that was it. There's not much going there. Like, I think it was like 8 games, and none of them were like all that, right? None of them were all that. It was the Wind Waker HD, I think, right? It was Wind Waker HD. I think it might have been Wind Waker HD. I got first place. Sweet, I'll check out the direct on Wednesday. Yo, Huggy, how's it going? I wasn't too thrilled about what they recently did. Nothing caught my interest. Yes, but that was for the Switch one. Yeah. But I can see it. Hello, how are you? Race me, bro? Well, join us. You wanna race? Just join us. I have Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. How does it play on the Wii U? Huggy said, I'd like to imagine Chris Shadow Fox is just roaming around the streets at night, shouting random days of the week. What the fudge? Oh my gosh. Switch to direct on Wednesday, yeah. We'll have to see, but I'm expecting... I am actually expecting like a fat lineup of third party. Even if it's not on release, but like for the future at least. I want to hear Cyberpunk, and I don't care about these games, but it's for the health of the freaking console. We got to see Doom on there. I want to see Monster Hunter Wilds. I want to see Monster Hunter Wilds. I want to see Remake and Rebirth. I want to see Doom Dark Ages. I want to see Cyberpunk. I think I said that already. Again, I want to see Death Stranding on there. I want to see Halo on there. And I want to see some of that classic Nintendo stuff as well. Now we're looking at Mario Kart or Metroid Primes. I want to see Legend ZA on there. Yeah, Wilds is heavy. Wilds is heavy. Again, it's gonna be what level of upscaling they do, man. You can get away with it with tweaking the optimization. It's gonna have to be a custom version, right? It's gonna be a very customized version for the Switch 2 is the only way they're gonna make this work. And it's possible, man. It's possible. I think it's possible. It's gonna be a tight fit. It's gonna be a tight fit. It's not gonna look as sharp. But I think Nintendo's gonna have a solid FPS. I mean, the only company I know that is bajillion dollars rich for getting enough money to buy every bathroom in the world, and they seem to take a dump on their own games instead of a toilet. I don't get this. How do you own all of the money in the world to buy a bathroom and a toilet, and you dookie on your games? I'm talking about Game Freak, of course. I don't get it. Hi, Claire. How are you? Hey, Exit. Let's go. Lightning, you're here to play with us? Exit is here. I can't believe so many good people are here tonight. I'm just gonna throw rings. I was here to raid you. Wait, you raided us? Oh shoot, where's the link? I didn't see the link. Oh my god. Usually if I miss a raid, I see that people drop the link and I'm like, okay, there's a link, there's a raid. It might be my mods might be distracted, but thank you so much for raiding, Lightning. Thank you everybody for coming in with a raid with Lightning. We had a lot of raids tonight. Thank you so much. How are you, Lightning? Any idea when pre-orders start? Perhaps after the... I'm pretty sure it's going to be after the Direct. I have no idea. I have no certainty, of course. I think it's safe to say after the Direct. It's gonna be all about that gimmick. Also, hi, beautiful people, hi. I love Nintendo, but I hate them more and more every single day. Why is that? Because of the whole... Johanna is here. Thank you, Johanna. Get good, Frosty. I'm good, Travis. Nintendo could start by marketing a console with current hardware, though. I'm not a graphics person, but seriously, Switch 2 is apparently to be equivalent to a PS5 Pro, PS4 Pro. PS5 is like 5 years old. It's not gonna be as good as a PS4 Pro. It's the CPU. Well, the RAM, yes. The GPU is not. The GPU is less than the PS4 Pro. No, I'm not joking. The GPU? Oh yeah. But you're looking at a SoC as a whole. If you look at the APU, like the whole SoC, I don't know, man. I don't think it's got more RAM. But the GPU is, in terms of stats, from what we know, it's not better. The GPU, graphics capability. But I'm telling you, they're going for AI upscaling, man. They're not going... AI upscaling is gonna be Nintendo's best friend, man. They're gonna marry that. I'm telling you, it's what's gonna make the console shine. It's gonna be the lifesaver. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Guys, don't forget to check out my friend Lightning as well. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you, buddy. Hey, dude, sorry if I didn't read too much. I'm sorry. I started talking and then I just start talking. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, it's not better, exit. Processing speed, yeah, CPU processing speed. Dedicated RAM, yes. GPU, nah. Yeah, I think I'm okay with not having the best graphics. What I'm not okay with is like all these games that they can't have on the console because the console is so weak, right? Like Nintendo is like the isolationists of the consoles, right? They always isolate themselves, and perhaps you'd argue that that's what makes them amazing or not. But I think Nintendo is, they're coming off high of the big success of the Switch. And I think their heads are the size of a freaking satellite right now, right? These guys are tripping on their own achievements right now. And I think they might be going way over their heads. I think they're high on the Switch. And I think they're like, we're gonna get away with this. You know, like people love the Switch, they're gonna love the Switch too. I'm just in a bad mood and Nintendo is making it worse. Yeah, no, I get it, that's fine. You can complain all you want, I'm fine. I don't take it personally, like I don't care. I just want them to have enough. I want them to have enough to just play the games that are out, man. Like that's it. Like, you know? That's what I ask. My last one you can, of course. My stream was good and I finished Final Fantasy Tactics tonight, waiting on you now. Yeah, we're gonna do Tactics for sure. I've been talking about it, like I'm excited to do it. Yeah, we haven't dropped Tactics. We're still gonna do it for sure. Pokemon XD is better than Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, it is problematic. Are you streaming the next Switch Direct? Yeah, we're gonna be streaming it. It is problematic that I think people downplay. I think people downplay the issue that this is. I think everyone downplays it a little bit, or perhaps I upplay it. Who knows? But I don't think it's as simple as it's Nintendo. You know how it goes. Yeah, it's Nintendo. But you're like 10 years behind the technology of the day. Like if this is like everybody has a Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, and Nintendo has their little Game Boy. You know, like, yeah, I'm fine with a little gap in technology, right? Like, a little gap in technology is acceptable. This is a massive gap, okay? If the Switch was definitely a massive gap. The Switch 2 might close the gap a little bit. I think it will close the gap a little bit, and I know I'm parroting this a lot, but that AI upscaling is gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna save the console. It's what's gonna make everything work. We'll have to see. Perhaps I'm being too optimistic, and you're gonna have Mario and Zelda, and that's it. That's all you can play on the Switch. I think the winning route here for Nintendo is, dude, get those third parties, man. That's where the consumers are, dude. That's where and they're like, oh, but we're a family console, whatever. Dude, why can't you be a family console and be a third party console, dude? That's more money for you, dude. How many people do you think they bought a Switch for their kids and they bought a PlayStation 4 for themselves? Like, how many parents do you think did that? Like, they bought the Switch just because for their kids to play Mario and all that, and they had to buy like a separate console to play Call of Duty, you know? I tell you, it's by the thousands, dude. All right? And that's the truth of it. This is 1,000 sales. Even if it's 1,000 sales, it's 1,000 sales they lost. It's going to be way more than that, obviously, but... Nice playing with Frosty. I hope you... All right, sounds good, Bree. You're going to leave? Michael Lupo, welcome with the raid. I know you don't always an open discussion here. Yeah, we got to discuss it, man. I don't mind people who crap on... I mean, your opinion's your opinion, right? Like, if you... I like new ideas in the sense that give me your perspective why you don't like it. Like, I'd like to hear that, right? Because then it informs me better. Yeah, but you buy Nintendo for Nintendo, not for the third-party games that are on Sony, Xbox, and the PC. Yeah, well, Carl, you're saying the same thing. You're saying the same thing I said. You know, I didn't say lose the Nintendo brand and go full third party. I said you would get more if you embrace third party. Is what I said, right? Take care, Brianna. I want to see, that's what I want to see. I want to see 4K. I want to see 60 FPS, solid. I want to see a nice, fun gimmick, which I think I already know what it is. And if it is what I think it is, I think it's fun, but I think it might lose its charm pretty quickly. It depends on what they do with it. I may already be level 50 and oh my god. Tell us, you want to know? These are leaks. There's a high chance this was leaked by someone who has a near perfect track record of leaking things. It's not completely perfect, but near perfect. If you want to know, I'll tell you. It's a leak though. I mean, I plan on talking about it in a video. Huggy. I plan on talking about it on a video, but that way I have a controlled form. Like if I'm live and I just blurt it out, it's like, dude, what the fudge? So if you don't want to hear it, this is a good time to tune out, because I'm gonna say it. Okay. This is a good time to tune out if you don't want to hear the leak. And the leak is that it's gonna function kind of like the Wii U. And what that means is there's gonna be a button that they found on a new picture, which is called the C button, right? And they've been talking about it. It's basically a button on the right Joy-Con, right under the home button. It's a small, it looks exactly like the home button, but it has a C letter on it. People have been speculating it's camera, it's just like a C stick, like Nintendo does, like a little nub. People have been speculating a lot, but the leak says that that button connects your old Switch to your new Switch, and basically your old Switch becomes a second screen for the Switch 2. So when you hit that button, your Switch, it connects to your Switch 1, and your Switch 1 is basically the second screen. So that's what the leak is. Okay? So you guys will watch the direct, and you can come back here and say, Frosty, that was not true at all. But again, this guy has a good track record. He's been right way more than he's been wrong. And so there's a good chance that this is real. So that was a patent that showed the second screen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything indicates that they're gonna do a second screen. People were thinking, because of the USB-C on top, people are like, oh, they focused a lot on the USB-C when they first released the first reveal of the Switch. You bought boosting items, you dude. So they were saying that was a C. The USB-C was to like connect a second screen that was gonna come with it. Some people say it was like to connect to your old Switch or whatnot. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's what it was, to be honest. I don't know what they're gonna do with that USB-C on top, to be honest, but we'll have to see. But we could be looking at something very interesting. But yeah, it seems like that button is gonna do. He said it's gonna do more than just that. If I remember correctly, I think it was explained that it's gonna do more than that. But one of the features is it's gonna connect your Switch 2 to your Switch 1, and it kind of makes sense why they call the Switch 1, right? Or Switch 2 rather, right? Because if you connect one to the other, like screen 1, screen 2. And the whole like digital games now, digital card, that seems also to kind of indicate that you know, there's going to be a lot of interconnectivity between the two consoles. Yeah, it does. Oh shoot. It doesn't seem like the Switch 1 is going to be like this. It seems like they're going to really they're going to build off the Switch 1, but in a very meaningful way. And that's what I see happening. He has a mushroom in case, I didn't know you could take that. Nomad? Yo, welcome in. Oh, shoot. Welcome in, Nomad. So, I can see a couple of things, and I'm going to read chat here in a little bit. I'm actually in second place, so I'm actually trying to make this happen. I can see a couple of things being very cool with that. Of course, it's going to be a sort of Wii U experience where you had the two screens. But they could get really creative with this, and I hope they do. And one thing that we could see happening, of course, is the 3DS NSO stuff. So we'll get 3DS games, of course, Wii U games as well. Cool. So I played them, and it would be so fun to experience it again. Of course. There's not classic Pokemon games on it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nintendo seems to be really holding out on those. Yeah, 3DS, DS games, it's very likely with the whole two-screen thing. But people said the same thing when you had the Wii U, and that never really happened, right? But to be fair, the emulation back then perhaps wasn't as good. So perhaps there is a greater mastery of the emulation in the console right now. So perhaps now it is possible. Carl, you going to bed, Carl? Nevi, oh, Travis, have a great night. Start. Carl, you have a great night. Sleep well, buddy. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they deliver. Very excited to see what they deliver, man. I think they are shooting too high, saying that they're gonna sell 7 million in a day. I can't think of any game that sold like 7 million the first day. Maybe GTA 5? GTA, not GTA. GTA 5, perhaps. And even then, I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but... 7 million in the first day? Like, this sounds ridiculous. But they're very confident in their product. How do you guys feel about the whole mouse gimmick? Is that something you guys are like... You're like... Oh, this is... I thought it was really cool. I thought... TGI, yes. GTA. TGI Fridays? Wait, what do you mean, TGI Fridays? Explain that to me. I'm not good with acronyms. Oh, shoot. Oh, no! You didn't pay attention to the mouse thing? Well, it was kind of hidden in the whole thing. But you'll see like the Joy-Cons, if you watch the reveal, you'll see the Joy-Cons like glide. Almost like they're little Hot Wheels. What a heck of an item to give me in this flippin'... Ay! Ay caramba. I don't like this place. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not surprised I'm losing here. Hey, PDB, what's cooking, man? What's cooking? How far am I? Frosty, stop getting smoked? Yeah, it's not that simple. I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. Oh, God. Gee. I don't like this map, dude. It's too twisty-turvy. Freaking turn on turn, man. You need 2 steering wheels to turn that much, man. What the fudge? You said TGI, did I? GTI. I thought I said GTI. You were thinking TGI Fridays, which is a restaurant? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I meant GTA. I got my acronyms all swapped in my brain. I don't like acronyms too much. I'm just not good with them. I confuse them easily, and I forget them easy as well. I like to say words. I was cooking some wins in 6v6 competition in Overwatch. I just wanted to check in on the fam. Grind has been hitting. I gotta sleep. Oh man, Nomad. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Dinner time? Sounds good. Christina. Bum bum bum. And boy Frosty, they were cooked perfectly well done. There you go. You play with Cat Overwatch, right? I know that you guys love playing it. I was praying for the lemons. I'll be back soon with my PC and stuff, alright? Nice! Yeah, I'd love to see you here, man. Thank you, Nomad. I appreciate that a whole bunch, man. I appreciate you remembering us and hanging out with us, dude. I really appreciate that. It's always fun to have you, man. Gotta get that rebirth. We might be seeing Final Fantasy IX remake, actually. It's Final Fantasy IX's anniversary coming up soon. And there's some merchandise and there's a book also about like Vivi. There's I think it's a comic. I think it was a comic, right? It's coming out about like Vivi, Final Fantasy IX, of course, about his afterlife, like because Vivi at the end of 9 has like children. You can see that he had kids and all that. And I think the story follows that, his kids. He has like 16 of them or something. No, it's like 7, to be real, but... the story, I think, follows. So there's a lot of rumors, you know, people are speculating. I think rightfully so, that we're gonna get a FF9 remake announcement. If it comes out for the Switch, I'm gonna lose my absolute brains. You're gonna see me like flip my table, dude. I'll be very happy if they announce Rebirth and Remake. What do you think, Lightning? God dang, bro. I didn't hit anyone. I mean, it was over the slump there, so I hoped I would hit someone, but nope. I'm gonna get last. What the? I'm gonna get last. Almost last. Means a lot for real, and you made my night. Thank you. I'm gonna go head at Chaos Control my way to the dream world. Smack someone with a shell for me. I definitely will. How's your night been, Mr. Frosty? It's been okay, Zed. It's been okay. I'm tired, like, to be honest. Like, I had a long day. My sleeps have been all over the place, so I'm a little brain dead right now. I gotta be honest, but not too bad. Just another manic Friday. Wish it was Sunday. I do play with Kat, and I have no idea what her rank is. I gotta ask her. Yeah, I know she loves Overwatch. What's that other game that like people play a lot? This is a lot like Overwatch. We're here for the brain dead. It's all right. It's all right. I'm a little brain dead right now. Just a little tired. Have a great night, friendos. Best of luck with the races. It was nice seeing everyone. Thank you, Dylan. Dylan, is great seeing you. Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting for the Switch release. Switch to, yeah, I would count on June as the release date, like late June, which is not that far off, man. We're already, it's gonna be April tomorrow. Bro, I got good items here. Let's go. Got a bunch of coins too. Donna. Out of my life, Donna. That's such an ex-girlfriend name. No offense if anyone's called Donna here. Okay, dude, that's it. I should have used I hit the button for the horn, it just didn't come out. Now I'm getting smoked, of course. Ironically, I get hit by a horn. Well, eat that. Daggone it. It's alright. Hey Aaron, how's it going? Michael, how's it going? I hope Claire doesn't run into any troll levels the next stream. Troll levels? What are you talking about? Thank you, Muggs, for being here. How have you been, man? Give me a second here. I had to fix my hair a little bit. It's like... Let me fix my hair a little bit. Just don't like being on camera when I do that. Plays the cards as a meditation. Oh, those who see it, they never forget. He doesn't care for the money's in it. He don't play it for the game. Yeah, iced coffee and I'm ready to chill. Good. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this stream a little sooner than we usually go for just because I need to get some rest, but I think she will be doing Mario Maker next time she streams. Perhaps. Why don't you... She's here. Just... Are you ending soon? Well, not right now, but in like a half an hour. Maybe an hour to half an hour. Perhaps we'll go for longer even. Who knows, but I'm planning on going for another half an hour to hour. No. That's that guy's name is no. It's like the Oreo guy. Oreo. Oreo. Dude, this place again? Man, give me a break, dude. These guys, like, they have a thing for sewers or something, dude. Oh, what a... Bro, I cut it close there. That was very good. I might get first place here. Wait a minute. Might be cooking here. No, you didn't, you little... Ah, shoot. ID, I see you, ID. Gonna be more like adios. Yeah, I got hit pretty hard there. All it takes is one shell to put you, like, back at the end of the line. I'm curious to see what they do with Mario Kart 9. I don't think they're gonna address any of the, like, glaring issues with this game. I don't think they ever meant this game to be competitive. So why would they, really? But... oh, shoot. God dang, man, this wall. Who put that wall there, man? Bad carpenter, man. That's not a carpenter. Carpenter works with wood. What's the dude that does the walls? Bad drywaller. Bad Bob the Builder. A mason? I guess it would be a stone mason. Give me something good, baby. This is my redemption here. Oh, shoot, that is good. Not good enough, though. Yeah, 3 red shells is pretty good, but... that is stone. Brick mason, then. What'd you like to see from 9? Honestly, I want to see some sort of open worldness to it. Like, I'd love to see, like, an open worldness to it, right? I'd like to see, I think this would be very cool. Like, let's say, what do I mean by open world? To be honest, I don't know what they would do with that. But you could have, like, a world, let's imagine there's a world like the one we see in the trailer where it's just a big old street, right? And imagine that, like, while you're riding through the world, there's like these events that are like races, right? So you're riding through the freeway, the highway, whatever, and there's a truck and there's an event with that truck, which is like race from point A to point B, and it just automatically starts a race, like almost like a story mode, like, right? And then you'd have, and that would be cool. I think that would be cool, but this would be something separate from like normal races like we have here, like these normal races. It would be something separate, right? So it'd be like a story mode. I don't know what kind of story they put it. Also, another thing I'd like to see is like Mario leave the cart, like have the character, like kind of like in Mario Party, you can, like, you can't do much with it, right? Like in Mario Party, you can walk around the plaza with your character. It's not like you can jump or even do, I think you can jump, I don't even remember, but not like you can do much with a character, but there's the illusion that you can, at least to some degree. I'd like to see that in Mario Kart, where you get out of the cart, and you go in a store, or you people are saying that perhaps there's going to be fuel, right? And I think it'd go well with the story mode as I described it. I think it would go kind of okay. Like a fuel consumption thing. I think where they're gonna do wrong is if they introduce any other type of mode and then they don't introduce like regular races like this. I think that's gonna be a big failure if they don't. Like, if they shove it down your throat that you have to play whatever gimmicky thing it is that they have, and not give you the option to just play classic Mario Kart, they're gonna ruin the franchise. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, I would like to see a somewhat, yeah, like some kind of open world. It wouldn't be an open world. I mean, there's no way they'd do that, right? Like, look at spacious arena. At least I don't know. I don't even know what I want to see, man. To be honest, I want better items. I want every item that's ever existed. This is something that I know I want to see. I want every item that's ever existed in a Mario Kart game to be available, at least that you can choose. And even if you can't have all of them, like let's say you can't have double dash ones with N64 ones, but you can at least pick a pack. Like let's say before you start your race, they're like, pick your item pack, and you pick from double dash, pick from Wii, pick from 8 Deluxe, or pick from N64, or pick from the GBA. You know, like they do it separately with packs. I mean, the best version of that, I think, would be you can pick whatever. You would have a limit of 10 items, for example, but you can pick any from any iteration of Mario Kart, right? So, for example, they give you 10 slots, and you pick whatever items you have, and you have a selection from all items that is ever. It's sort of like a Smash Ultimate situation where everybody's back, but all the items are back. Is this 200cc? It is not. It's 150. 999cc. The line looks loop-de-loop. I think they do well with the gravity. I think the gravity should make a comeback. I think one thing that they're missing is sky racing. I really think they should add like more than just the paragliders, dude. I want to see like actual sky racing, like Sega All-Star style, like Sonic Racing style. You know, I want to go like full Panzer Dragon. Hey, Exit. You have a great night, man. I shall grant you 3 wishes. I wish for a world without lawyers. Genie, done. You have no more wishes, me. But you said 3, Genie. Sue me. Oh, shoot. Oh, dang. That's messed. That's... No, he can't. Because the world... Oh, my gosh. Bro shot himself in the foot there. I see you, Navi. I see you. Oh, there's a hole there. Oh, there's another hole there. Oh, shoot, there's another mother... Friggin' Swiss cheese out here. No. Oh, I got her back. Oh, shoot. I was so happy I hit Donna that I went off the deep end there. Literally. Never, you got your monster Mario truck. You little... Who did... Was it you, Don? Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. There you go, Donna. Suck on those apples. So that's how you make it. Okay, I never knew. How's Donna ahead of me? That little sly. I want to see Halo, man. I hope they put Halo on that biscuit. I think there's very little chance that we'll see anything AAA. Like, we might see some Mario Tech or something like that, perhaps. I don't know. I don't think we'll see like any big AAA announcements. Not announcements, perhaps, but not. I would say not on release day, right? Like any Mario game. There's no way they'd shadow drop that like that. Like, hey, by the way, you're gonna have a brand new Mario, like 3D Mario, but it's in June. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that's fine. I don't think it'll happen. I love to see all items. That could be super cool to see more strategy before the game. Yeah, maybe they cost certain amounts. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool if you could unlock them as well. I mean, at least they put it in the game, right? Yeah, it does sound like some games I'm concerned about microtransactions. I've been thinking, and I think they might put some backwards compatible games, like to upscale it and to run it better. They might put a paywall behind it, like the NSO, right? Now you're like, oh, the NSO is a one-time payment, whatever. It's still a paywall. You still have to pay for it. It doesn't matter if you pay it once a year or thrice a month, you know? It doesn't matter. You're still paying for it. And there's people that are just not willing to do that. And I think they're gonna put quite a few things behind a paywall. They're gonna milk the Switch too. And I am very concerned how much they're gonna milk the console in terms of microtransactions, and also just putting games behind paywalls, like GameCube games, perhaps, if they do that. 3DS games behind a paywall. I think they're gonna make you, if they put 3DS games, I think there's a chance they're gonna make you pay for them on top of your Nintendo subscription. So on top of the NSO, you'd have to pay for the game like $5 or $10 or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but is it just me that sees Nintendo kind of doing that? I kind of see that happening, dude. You know what I mean? Does anyone see that happening, or is it just me? That guy pushed me, and I overshot it. I overshot it again. My gosh. Oh no. Well, that sucked. I always hit that stupid wall. Dang, I hit this guy, then I hit the wall. Oh shoot, that actually worked out. That actually worked out. Shock dodge was nice though, yeah, because I fell in the pit and I dodged the shock. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It was totally not on purpose. It's luck of the draw. It was pretty lucky. I got there pretty lucky. I would say I won this out of luck, to be honest. I got extremely lucky. Especially the GameCube. Yeah, they'll charge for the GameCube games for sure. If they do GameCube games, I still think it's a long shot for them to do that. I don't know why I think they just don't know how to do the emulation, man. I think they're just not good at the emulation. Or like the GameCube is like this big, dastardly, scary old oogie boogie man that they just don't want to mess with for some reason. Like, don't touch Melee. Don't do a tournament with Melee. Melee is our baby. And it's like, don't touch our Wind Waker. Don't touch our game. Mother Fluffer, man. Like, let's get that GameCube out. Like, you know that sells, man. It's gonna sell like... People love the GameCube, even though it's like one of the least sold consoles Nintendo's ever put out. Like, I think the Wii U is the worst of them all. We're talking more recent. Like, we're talking like since... You can't really compare the Super Nintendo to like something like the Wii and the Switch, because there's like back at the time of the Super Nintendo, not everybody was a gamer. Like nowadays you got a lot more gamers, right? So I feel like that impacts the sales a lot, right? Dude, you put that freaking thing up your funny... Oh gosh, I swear to goodness, that Yoshi. What a freaking idiot. Who did that? I hope you're not in here. What a lousy no gooder. No gooder. I want to say some stuff. I got some... Sometimes I wish I wasn't PG, dude. If I wasn't PG, the amount of profanity I would have used in that one sentence... It would have been something else. Donna, I think it was Donna. I'm gonna blame it on Donna. This guy, I'm coming for him. Freaking messed me up. Bro stole my crap. Dang it. Oh my gosh, I wasn't looking, dude. Oh, Jesus. This biscuit. Little turd. Oh my god, okay. Still got fourth, fifth. I should have done way better there. Give the people what they want. They want the max profit they can get. Maybe selling them separately would do that for them. I'm not sure about the GameCube games still. They might want to keep remaking them and selling them separate. Perhaps. That's a good point. They might want to keep selling them separately. It was all Yoshi's, really? Anime girl, welcome in. I remember staying up past midnight in middle school to play Wind Waker. I loved Wind Waker. I went to my friend's house to play it. And then I ended up buying a Wii U with the HD version. And I learned how to speedrun it. And it was crazy. I was pretty good at speedrunning Wind Waker. You love Wind Waker too? Yeah. Yeah, it's all about profit with these. I can't really. There's just no deals anymore. Like, it's and I think there's gonna be a crash in the gaming world, to be honest. Like, there's so much money being funneled into the gaming world right now. And now you have companies, of course, like Rockstar and such, and other companies. I've read about this. I'm not trying to defame anyone, but I read about this. That they were talking about doing. They floated the idea of paying hourly to play your games. Can you imagine that? So instead of not only would they charge you for the game, they would also charge you hourly for how many hours. Like they'd charge you like $3 an hour of gameplay. Like, dude, are you the fuck? You gonna put me on a payroll or on a plan? I have to go on a plan to like play a game. It's not bad enough that we don't even own the games. The reason you can't mod your games, did you know this? The reason you can't mod your games and they can dictate and is that stuff like that is because you only buy a license to play the game, which is crazy. You don't actually own the game. It's also backwards. I don't know. It's all for the corporations, dude. It's all in favor of the corporation. It's never in favor. It's so true. It's never in favor of the consumer, dude. It's always in favor of the corporation. Always. They have all the money, they set all the rules, and they get all the benefits. And yet, we're the ones who fund them. That's like me coming here and saying, yeah, guys, give me money, and maybe I'll stream. Yeah, maybe I'll stream. And if I stream, I'll be there for half an hour. Yeah. You know? It's bullcrap, dude. It's bullcrap. I think it's such bullcrap. Gotta get a second mortgage to play the new They were floating this idea, and they want games to be $100. They don't want it to stop. Like, I remember that Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, actually, was the game that set the standard, at least for Nintendo, in the $70 area, right? I know that later on, Rebirth did the same thing, and I know that a bunch of games have been $70 since. And it's now, this is kind of like how it works. Like, somebody tests the water, and then if it works, like Tears of the Kingdom, like, everybody kind of hops in, and they're like, wait, Nintendo sold it for $70? I'm gonna sell my game for $70 because it's acceptable now. And this is legit what happens. There's not like a dude with a pen and pencil and saying like, I decree now that game shall cost $70. No, this is like, they see what the competition is doing and then they mimic that. So like whoever did it, I think it was Breath of the Wild, whoever, it might have not been Breath of the Wild, but that's the one I first encountered in my experience. So. And they see other people doing it, and they're like, we can get away with this. So if they put a game for $100 and it starts, there's no backlash, and people are just like zippity doo dah, and it sells like hotcakes, you can bet your tush that they're gonna do more games like that. There's gonna be more games at $100, and that's what they want. They want $100 for their games. And then it becomes a big spark. It's a big situation, because now, if you don't agree for them to be $100, then you don't respect the developers and the time that they're put in. Well, thank you for playing, Navi. I appreciate you. Then if you don't agree to $100, it's not because you're protecting your family and your own hard-earned money. No, it's because you hate and don't respect the developers. Like, what? Like, how do you go from A to B here? Like, help me connect the dot, man. Like, what? So it's not because I want to save money, and it's not because I'm a consumer. It's because I hate developers. That's your explanation to all of this? I don't know, it just seems backwards to me, you know? But that's the argument sometimes, right? That's the argument. I'm not saying everybody. This does not apply to everyone. So it's not because I want to save money and the economy is in the crapper, you know, and everything is super expensive right now. It's totally because I hate developers. Yeah, that's the reason. And they're like, well, games cost more to make nowadays because there's more developing time and people spend way more time, and yes. And you're gonna tell me that if your company is worth 100 million and you make a game for 10 million, you make the game for 10 million, you make a profit of even say 12 million. You pocket it. This is after tax and after everything's been said and done. You make a profit of 2 million. This is not enough. For them, it's not enough, right? For them, it's like, nah, we gotta make a profit of 10 million at least, right? So it's never about the consumer. It's to maximize profit, like my friend was saying here. Hey, Papa. And I hate to be like the hater of corporations like that. I don't hate corporations, but corporations are scummy, and and that's the part that kind of gets to me, right? And I think it gets to everyone. Like, it's always about screwing you for another dollar. You know, you see a classic example of this was EA. EA was the banana that killed the monkey. It's crazy. You look at EA and you want to eat nails. It's so bad. Like, I'm talking about nails like the ones that you hit with a hammer. Okay, I'm not talking about the ones you on your fingers. Corporations are greedy. Yeah, and people are like, this is the argument that some people make. I know I'm coming off a little judgmental, but just because it frustrates me a little bit, okay? It frustrates me a little bit, and perhaps I come off a little judgmental. You know, I don't know what it's like to run a business, the corporation big as that, so perhaps I don't have the full story. So, but I gotta say, why is it that everyone always maximizes profit, but it's never about the consumer? Like, come on, man. Are you telling me that all of them really need all that? They can't like give a guy a break, like, ever, you know? And they'll do discounts and all that. That is true. They'll do discounts. They'll do little things here and there, but I don't know, man. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. Like, if I was gonna say, like, people say that corporations are like, oh, they already have a lot of money. Why would they want to steal more money from you? Like, clearly you don't understand the history of the world, and clearly you think you're better than other people. Clearly, this is one of the most naive thoughts I've ever heard in my life, to be honest. Like, corporations, the more you have, the more you want, and this is true by every epoch that's ever been in the universe. In the history of mankind, greed has only been satisfied by more greed. You can count on your hand. You can count in one hand how many people actually gave up their greed and gave up their money in the history of the world. That's why I follow and love a lot of indie developers. They understand. Yes, I agree. I think indie developers understand way better. But then when they become a big corporation, I'm not going to say that happens for sure. I don't know that. I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know. But it tends to be the case where they become what they criticized, right? They become what they criticized. Like, I can think of I remember bosses that I've had, like, working throughout my life. I've done a bunch of jobs, and all my bosses had one thing in common. How much more faster can they get me to work, and how much more money can I make them? And never did I hear a talk about, like, how much more I can get paid. It's always like how much more faster I can go. And especially in America, there's a big, if you compare America to Europe in terms of work workload. America's the most like overworked people in the world. In Europe, you have like stuff like, even for like maternity leave, you have like, I think it's, I don't know if it's Denmark or what it is. It's like they have like 2 years maternity leave for the mother, and I think it's like a year for the dad. Not only that, they have a lot of holidays and they have a lot of time off. And I think like in America, you get like freaking Christmas and 4th of July, you know? And other than that, it's like 8 hours a day, baby, every day, every night. It's such a, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I'd lean more towards a bad thing, but it reflects a lot in my experiences, like I said, with my bosses. And what I saw in them is like, it's always about like, how can I be more efficient and how can I be faster, right? There's never a talk about like, let's give this guy a raise, man. No, wait, whoa, wait a minute, raise? What's a raise? I don't know what that is. It's always about, it's always against you, man. I'll tell you what, man, you got a dream, you make sure you follow that dream, dude. And this is not some Cinderella talk. I'm not pulling this out of my butt with a twig, man. I'm being honest, I'm being sincere. This is real stuff in the world, man. The only person that's gonna live with your failures is you. Okay? You owe it to yourself to live that which you were born to do, man. How can you deny yourself that? It's horrible. Like, you expect me to believe, you really expect me to accept that I'm supposed to be born to this planet, live under the rule of another man on a crappy salary that just has me go by, it has me getting by every month, and I'm supposed to accept that this is life, this is what's supposed to happen? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This, it just can't be that way. And then you would say, you know, a counter argument to that would be, and just to be devil's advocate here, because this sounds very idealistic, but is it practical? Now, the practicality of it is that the reason we have the comfort that we do have is because Joe Schmo woke up at 6 in the morning to do whatever it is. But again, I think there can be a balance between things, okay? And with the development of technology, you know, with AI and all that, it might come to a point where we won't need people to work at all, okay? And if it comes to that, money becomes kind of obsolete. If you don't need people to work, right? Think about that. If you don't need people to work, then people don't really need, like, how is money gonna work, right? Because everybody worked for money, but if people don't have to work, then you'd either have to do away with money or find a way for other ways for people to make money. Like, one of the two. Imagine not needing to work, right? Hey, people would love that. You work to die, it feels like. Yeah, this is how it is. Like, this is how it is. You spend your health to work, and then you spend your health to get money, and then you spend your money to get health. And that's how life goes. That's it. And did you know, this is a study that was done recently, and it was crazy. And I was reading about this the other day. Did you know that someone who is a millionaire and a billionaire, they live, on average, they live 7 more years than your middle class man, than your middle class worker. The bottom, I think it's, what was the argument? So this was a political argument, but it doesn't change. I'm not taking political sides, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a real argument. And I thought it was an interesting argument because, wow. So lifestyle, your lifestyle, basically what this says is your lifestyle will dictate years of your life, you know? But then I'll put this question in your mind. I'll put this question in your mind. Did you know that if you run for 5 miles, if you run every day if you run 5 miles every day, think about this. You run 5 miles every day, you get 20 minutes of life for every 5 miles you run. You gain 20 minutes of life. Okay? You live for 20 more minutes. But did you know that it takes, on average, 30 minutes to run 5 miles? Think about that. You want me to repeat that? I'm gonna repeat that so you can think about it. Think about it. I did think about it. You can't do it every day anymore? So, you get 20 minutes of life for every 5 miles you run. But you lose 30 minutes to run 5 miles. Isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy. I've had this cover. It actually makes me mad. It's ridiculous how normalized this way of life is for the average person. It is crazy. It is crazy. You did 3-4 miles. I agree. I don't know exactly what the solution is, Zed. But no one in this life is gonna convince me, and that's not to say I'm not grateful for those who do. But no one in this life is ever gonna convince me that people are born to be like, quote unquote, let's put this in the quote unquote, enslaved. Because if you look, like, people rightfully so, very rightfully so, criticize, you know, back in the day in Europe, there was a lot of slavery in Europe, and you read it in the Bible with Egypt and everything, and America has its history with that as well. And back then, what happened is whoever was the captor, they would give the person a bed and food. But they owned them as property, which is horrible. I don't agree with that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just making a point. But back in the day, they used the people who were enslaved, they worked for a bed and food. So they got worked way too much, but at least they got food and a bed. That's kind of like the trade-off. But if you look at modern days today, you just put money in the middle. That's all you did. It's the same thing. You work for a little bit of money so you can buy a house and you buy some food. And you buy a bed. It's the same thing. It's a form. You're still stuck. You're stuck, dude. And they're like, oh, no, you're not. You can do whatever you want. Yo, really? Can I? Can I really? You know? It's it hasn't changed much. No, it changed a little bit, anime girl, but the point is it changed how it works. But yeah, people have more rights for sure. There are differences there. You have more rights, but you really can't apply all of them, right? Like you have a sense of freedom, and people saying clamor, we're free, we have freedom. Really, do you? Do you really have freedom? Not really. Not really. You have freedom if you have money. The freest man in the world is the man who can't be stopped. And who's the man who can't be stopped? The man who holds all the power, the man who holds all the money. That's the one who can't be stopped. And then yes, when you denigrate human existence, which is something sacred, something natural, and you pit it up against, and you put the value of human life into a currency, like whether it be a dollar or a euro or a rupee or whatever it is, I feel like you've failed as a society. I feel it. I don't know. That's my view of it, you know? I feel like we've failed as a society when, you know, there's an old saying in America that is like, money talks and bullcrap walks. It's a little bit more emphatic than that. There's a different word there, but you get the point. Yeah. It's a controlled freedom. It is a controlled freedom. It's a controlled freedom. And some freedoms shouldn't be like, if someone has an urge to kill people, they shouldn't be allowed to do it. Like, we all agree with this. And this is the same argument for free speech, right? I think most people would agree that people should be able to say what they want. But at the same time, you don't want people to say something that will kill a bunch of people, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's... everything has to have some form of moderation, dude. Or else we're no different than animals. You know? And yeah, people should be free to say what they want. I believe that. I think that's true. But if someone is saying something that is, you know, because people talk a lot about freedom of speech, I agree with freedom of speech. I think people should be able to say what they want, even if it's stupid. However, like, if someone is saying something that causes the death of people because because you can verbalize something and get someone killed because of it. I mean, I don't think anyone is pretending that can't happen. I don't you know, as much as I like free speech, I can't agree with that, right? I can't support that. I think that's just common sense, right? And that's why the Constitution itself does not prohibits hate speech and incitement of violence. For this very reason, right? Or the amendment. It is an amendment, but yeah, but it's the tightrope we're walking here. But I just can't accept that life is, like, not for me, not for anyone here. Like, you have to be miserable to survive, dude. Think of how depressing that is. And then they question why people are you know, like, suicidality is just so high. And you know, and like, men are very depressed nowadays, and women as well. But I study more on the grounds of men, not so much on the, because I can relate to that a little bit more. So that's why I speak more on that, on the gender that I know a little bit more about. Not to say that the other gender doesn't have the same problems, and that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that I know that in the world of guys, a lot of dudes are going to work, man, and they hate their lives, dude. They absolutely hate their lives, like 100%. And they have to do it because, or else, right? What's the, you know, what's the option? What's the alternative? You don't eat, you don't survive, you don't have money. Yeah. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. Very difficult. Hello, Emily. How are you? So yeah, but what's the solution, right? Now is when it gets hard, right? What's the solution? we need people to work for the world to function. I think part of the solution, in my opinion, would be to relieve a little bit of the work stress from people. Like, in terms of, I think it'd be good to introduce more off time to people, increase like vacations. Like we kept telling, I remember all of us kept telling our boss, like, he's a penny pincher, and we kept telling him, like, if you give us like a commission, because we worked by time, so if you finish a job, like if you finish, let's say you have to do this job, it should take 2 hours. Let's say you do it in 1 hour. The boss pockets all the profit, right? And your salary, your paycheck is the same. But the boss wants you to go faster and faster and faster and faster so he can pocket more money, because the faster you do the job, the more money he pockets. Does that make sense? So he has all the incentive. He has all the incentive in the world to tell you to go faster and to go. You have zero incentive because you get paid the same. And somehow, it did not go through the thick skull of this man that we didn't have an incentive to go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, other than to keep our jobs. And that's the only incentive you have. So it's like living with the gun pointed at your head all the time, and somehow you get screwed all the time. You're always the one who gets screwed. So we brought it up to him. I remember this. We all brought it up to him and said, dude, if we say we finished a job an hour early, give us a small commission. Give us like 10% of your profit that you got extra. Like, give us, if you make like $100, give us $5 or $10 off of that. Or, you know, because this is extra that he's making, right? Or give us like $2 or whatever it might be, but give us this will be an incentive for people to work faster, because now they have something to win. Yeah, I don't know. Am I speaking nonsense, dude? Am I speaking nonsense? I don't know. And if you talk to a boss, they're gonna hate this. If you talk to a boss, the odds are they're not gonna like what I'm saying right here. They're gonna come out and say, "Oh, you don't understand how a business is run. You think it's easy to run a business?" Because I've heard it all, man. I've heard it all from my bosses. I've heard all the spiel about, and then it turns out they're going on vacations. It turns out they have $1 million in the bank. I'm not saying this is not from experience. I'm not saying actual numbers or but I'm saying this is what ends up happening is they're well off and you're not. And somehow you're okay with that? I'm not okay with that. I'm sorry. I'm not okay with that. I'm just not okay with that, man. I'm just not. That's why if I ever employ people, I'm gonna darn make sure. I mean, I'm not saying I won't. I'm perfect and I won't make mistakes. I'm sure I will. And, you know, but you'll bet your butt that I'll do my very best to be fair. And I think that's all you can ask. The incentive from your boss is to always work harder. Always, right? He's always going to tell you to work harder. That's my experience. I know the experiences are unique to people, and bosses come in very shapes, forms, and mentalities. So I know this is not everyone, okay? I don't know, man. I just don't want to live a life where I keep getting screwed over because someone got lucky enough to get a lucky break and I didn't, you know? Dude. It builds a happier team. Yeah, the benefits are there's so many benefits to it. Now, let's put it this way. And my boss, I remember we talked to him, and I remember he was okay with the idea. He didn't outright like dismiss it, but you could tell that he was like, and I remember he did tell me, he said, and what if I give you this money and you guys don't do a better job? Well, then at that point you have the moral high ground. Like at that point you have the right to actually say something about it. Like now you can say something about it. You have the moral high ground now, because we made an agreement and we were the ones who didn't fulfill that agreement. You did your part, we didn't. At that point you have the right to either slash it or to at least make yourself know, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But yeah, you at that point you're right. You know what I mean? I'd work under Frosty. I feel like I'd be I'm very compassionate, right? Like sometimes to the point where I get taken advantage of. I'm also very street smart, so I usually can spot I'm not gonna say I'm a face reader or whatever, but I have pretty good gut feelings about people. It's been my experience through life. I feel like I have a good gut feeling for when people are trying to take advantage of me, when they're and some people don't know how to hide it very well. There are some brainiacs out there, some conniving people that are very good at hiding those types of things. And I'm not saying I can't be fooled, because I've been fooled before. God knows I've been fooled. But I think I have a pretty good nose for that kind of stuff. And their actions show. Like I feel like if people have bad intentions around it, like one good measure that I measure my friends by is I see how they talk about other people. This is one way that I measure my friends, or if I should be around this person or not. You always look at how your friend talks about your other friends, or his other friends, because that's how he talks about you. You might think, nah, we're best friends. It's me and him, or me and her against the world. Nah, bro, you're wrong. You're wrong, brother. If he talking like that about your other friends, he talking about that about you, son. I guarantee. I put my money on it. Every dollar I own. 100%, man. So when basing my friendships and you know, trying to decide if I should be friends with the person or not, I always see how they talk about other people. And you'll see, and these are the people I like the most, is the ones that are like, they're usually like middle ground. Yeah, this person did something horrible, but you know, it is what it is. You know, they have kind of like a middle ground. Or they have like, you know what, I'd rather not talk about, I don't want to talk about other people. You know, so those two reactions I'd say are in the positive realm, where if you talk about someone and they're like immediately, like they go like, they badmouth them immediately. It's like, okay, all right, there might be some here. Did I? I did. There are times where you just need to vent about people, even friends. I do that. You vent, then the issue is done. Well, yeah, you gotta be smart about it. But this is not like if someone talks bad about someone else, then for sure this is not like you have to use, again, you have to use common sense. Like for some people, common sense can be difficult. And I'm not saying that as a jab to anyone. Like sometimes common sense, but then people argue, what is common sense? What's common to you is not common to me. This is like culture and a bunch of things come into play. But it's common sense that you need to wash your hands before you like eat something. Okay? Everybody, what works stays relevant. Everything, the only things that have disappeared in the annals of history are the things that don't work. Anything that works and is functional has persisted through time and history. Like taking a bath, for example. Why? Because it keeps you clean, it keeps you hygienic, which means you stay healthy. Okay, like eating is another one. But that's more of a, that's not a good example because it's a physiological need. But you could see a lot of things like chairs. Why do you think chairs are still around? Because they work, they function, they're useful. That's why. The only things that disappeared from history are things that didn't serve a purpose. I'm talking about objects, not people, by the way. Yo, how's it going, Tanya? You're Jaspian. What? How did your name come to be Jaspian? What does it mean? You stand 24/7. What is a chair? You can't be serious. You don't know what a chair is. For real. I'm gonna be shocked. I'm pretty sure you've sat on a chair. I'm pretty sure you've sat on a chair before. I don't think there's a human being who hasn't sat on a chair. Even a rock for that matter. Oh shoot, no. God dang it. Why would you do that? I'm adorable. Why would you do that to me? Hey! Bro, what a mess. What a mess this is. What a mess. What a mess. It's just my name I use in my gaming. Okay, it's just your gamer tag. I get it. I get it. Thank you, Nevi. I'm kidding. I know you're kidding. I've missed you too, Tanya. She's so cool. I was just trying to protect my personal stuff a bit more in streams. Yeah, but I have no problem with people calling me Tanya when they say hi. Yeah, it was kind of like, see, I knew because if you change your PFP, like I wouldn't even have known. Like because of your PFP, I recognized you immediately. Four hours to go. You're almost there. Yeah, this is gonna be our last race. I'm ready to... Thank you, Metal, one more time. Thank you for the 5 gifties. I haven't forgotten. Thank you, friend. It means the world to me, and I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. Yeah, but to believe... I don't know. To believe that one is born, goes to work, and then dies... it just doesn't sound right to me. It just does. It feels like it's very, I don't know. And some people are okay with it. Hope you're all having fun. Well, now that you're here, it's just got better. Oh, Christina, this is my final race, so if you want to do some farming after, we can do it. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. Nice streams, thank you. Yeah, sometimes I talk about my views on the world, and it doesn't mean... I feel like I'm a very... what's that word I'm looking for? I feel like I try to be as commonsensical as I can, like... I usually take middle of the road approaches to things, like People usually like to take sides, like I'm either this side or that side. I'm on the side of things that make sense to me, you know? Like I'm on the side of... I'm not a big like team guy. Like I don't like to have groups and teams. I hated it in high school. Like when people have, everybody's got their group. Like I was the guy that went to the library and just sat there until it was time to go to class. You know, like I never liked groups. I think it's destructive. It's counter humanity. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me, man. Call me a hippie. I don't know. It don't feel right to me. Oh shoot. Come on. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. Yeah, we talked about it, Jaspian. I've gone for like an hour on the topic. So yeah, am I being ignored? You can feel like that, but you're not. No, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. No, Emily. I'm sorry if you feel that way, but I can tell you that I am not ignoring you. I still get last place. That guy hit the wall. Yeah, she hasn't said anything in a while. I think so too. Want to hop in VC while you play some Arise after stream? Yeah, I'll hang out with you, Savage. Yeah, I'll stop by after stream, yeah. I already have money put aside for Legends EA. It's been a while since I've been thinking of joining. It's been a while since I've joined, so I think it's time I make a comeback. I'm setting up things and so let me read the rest of this. I am interested to see what it's going to look like and performance. We already know what it looks like, Jaspian, but the performance, I've talked at length about the performance of the system, and we'll just have to see, because the thing is the specs are not impressive, especially for today's. I'll tell you this: the hardware that they have in there is not old, but it's budget hardware. Okay, it's budget stuff. Okay, they're getting Samsung, the Samsung 8mm nanometer, excuse me, with the Tegra 239. With that, what I'm trying to say is that is a budget chip. Okay, it's a budget chip. So we're looking at a console that is gonna have modern hardware, but low spec hardware. So the good news is there are some key components there that are AI components. So the technology is what's really gonna. I've been trying to find the right word all night. Like the features, there's features in there that improve performance, even if the hardware itself is not very capable. But it supports performance enhancing things. I'm really digging at my vocabulary right now to find the right words to explain what I'm trying to say. So basically what this means is the hardware is not very good. It's not up It's not up to date with the PlayStation 5, for example, let alone the Pro. So it's gonna be up to the developers to utilize the hardware and the performance enhancing features that it offers to make the best out of the gameplay and the FPSs. And don't expect with the GPU don't expect the graphics to look amazing, or yet you could expect it perhaps if they upscale it right. Again, it really depends on how they develop it and how far they've perfected their version of AI upscaling. And I think I keep talking about AI upscaling because it's a Nintendo. This is Nintendo's, like, I was gonna say, you know the kind of dreams I'm talking about, right? I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like Nintendo's dream. Right here, it's low specs and you get away with low specs. So you get away with low resolution because you upscale it. So what DLSS is what I'm talking about, it, the performance enhancing. Don't expect miracles, no. We might see a miracle. Not exactly sure the best way to pre-order or who to go with. What do you mean? I'm worried they'll be sold out and hard to get. I don't know, with a price tag like 400, I feel like a lot of people are gonna take a step back before they buy the console. With a price tag of 400, if they make, I can't believe they'll put it at 350, man. If they put it at 350, ooh. Have I tried enchiladas? I'm not a big fan of enchiladas. I like tacos and burritos. I'm not Hispanic, if that's what you're implying. You're hoping it's on Lee, it's gonna be very difficult. I'm hopeful too. I think it's gonna be very, very, very difficult. Raid time? Oh right, we got a raid. Well, this is the last race. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's gonna be... What is your ethnicity? I mean... You can't tell by looking at me? Oh boy. That's a funny question. I mean... I don't know. Maybe the mustache is throwing you off. I'm not blonde, I'll give you that. I am Caucasian. We're commonly known as white. Which I'm paler. I'm very pale, man. I'm like fresh painted drywall white. I'm like Simon Cowell's teeth white. Okay? I'm paler than a mother fluffer, man. I look like milk. Yeah, I don't have, yeah, in my family, we're all Caucasians. I don't have any Hispanic family or, like, nothing like that. I'm not saying, like proudly or anything. I mean, I couldn't care less. I didn't choose who I was born to, so I don't give it too much thought. I am who I am. I didn't choose any of this. I could have been born purple. I don't know. But I've actually been purple when I drank gasoline. I actually turned purple for a little bit. Oh! No matter the price. Wait, I want to read this. You're expecting 400? Yeah, I'm expecting 400 as well. Yeah. I think it's pretty much... Dude, if they do a... I think it's going to be the biggest W for Nintendo if they make it 350. If they make it 350, what a W, man. I'm going to be shocked. I am going to be... We love Frosty. Thank you. I'm going to be shocked if they make it 350. I think I'm the same. I'm really play a couple of games and my games haven't even been confirmed yet. You're Mexican? That's cool. I mean... I try not to look at people like that. Like, I just don't. It just does. I don't care. Like, right? I don't care what people are born or what they look like. It just doesn't bother me. Are you excited for Pokemon ZA? Yeah. I'm very excited for ZA. Yeah, bundles are really excited for the game. My buddies, yeah, I'm excited for ZA. I think ZA, the Switch 2. I'd like to see ZA on the Switch 2. It's probably going to be a paywall behind that, but we'll see. Thanks for the stream, Frosty. Hey, no problem. Yeah, let's bet on 400 bucks. I'm excited, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to drop a video. I was going to do it earlier, but then I thought I think it'd be better to release it closer to the day of, because then it'll help with the algorithm, right? So that's what I'm trying to go for. So I'm gonna try and drop a video before the second. We'll see. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna go on a raid. It's been a lot of fun. 400 bucks, man. That's a lot of money. If you really think about it, 400 bucks is a lot of money. $400 is a lot of dough. That's a lot of the blooms. It's still less than the PS Pro. I think the PS5 is still going for more than 400. Some people think they won't show any games and it'll just be the Switch 2 and that they'll show the... I mean, isn't the Direct is like an hour long? No problem, Christina. Thank you for being here. I was very happy to see you. The Direct is an hour long. If they're seriously not revealing any games, I highly doubt that. If anything, they're gonna give us the launch lineup. If anything, they're at least gonna give us the launch lineup. They're gonna be like, these are the games, like the Nintendo Switch is gonna release with these games. Like at the very minimum, they're gonna do that. I think we can take that to the bank. Yeah, they'll show game. They might talk about AAA Mario. Like AAA titles like Mario or Zelda. They might. I think there's a good possibility that they do that actually. But that again, we'll do a bingo card. I mean, I was just gonna yawn, but then I was like, that's boring, so I made a song out of it. All right, we're gonna raid the Beacon of Nick. He seems to be playing a squirrel game. He seems to be very into this. I like it. Every now and then Nick finds these games and he just freaking dives into them, and you could see how much he loves it. He's very genuine. I love that. All right, let's go. I actually had a dream about Nick last night. I had a dream that I used to make a lot of art for Nick. I still do at times do some art and stuff inspired by him, but I used to do a lot of art for him. And I had a dream about that. I had a dream that I was drawing Nick. It's crazy. All right, guys, we're gonna raid the Beacon. You guys know who he is. He's amazing. He's fantastic. You guys are gonna love him. I love him. You'll love him. Yeah, the Switch 2 is. I think you could take that to the bank. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Come back and give me crap. But I think it's pretty. I think we can say very safely. I at least confidently I can say that $400. It's gonna release in June. Yes. So $400 and it's going to release in June. Those are the two things that I'm pretty convinced of. I want to see 60 FPS, and I want to possibly, and I'm not hoping for this, but I want to see 4K. It's going to be upscaled for sure, but it's 4K, and I don't have a problem with it. It is going to have the same power as the PlayStation 4. Yeah, Lee, I talked a lot about that today. I was talking about the specifics of the, as far as leaks goes. As far as leaks go, I was talking about the specifics, and when compared to the PlayStation 4, I mean, the Switch has better RAM, from my studies at least. It has better RAM than the PlayStation 4. But the GPU is more powerful by a lot. We're talking about in terms of now the GPU, the whole SoC, but specifically the GPU on the PlayStation 4, in terms of specs itself, in terms of raw power and just numbers, in terms of CUDAs, we're talking about 5,000. I think it's a Radeon that's on the, I forget the exact model that's on the PS4. We're talking about 5,000 CUDAs compared to 1,500 on the Switch. So if you don't know what any of that means, you can just go by the numbers. The one has 5,000, the other has 1,500. And you can see, now CUDA cores are responsible for parallel processing, which means when you have a lot of things happening in a game, so for example, if you're upscaling the game with AI, like with the DLSS, like I was explaining that the Switch will do for sure. And at the same time, you're rendering a background. At the same time, you're whatever it is that you're doing. There's many things happening when you're playing a game inside the internal of it. There's so many equations that go. It's all math. It really is. It's all math that happens in a game. It's all math. It's all algorithms. All of it. There's cores. They're called tensor cores in a GPU, and they're actually responsible for. They're designated for doing these algorithms faster. Okay. And then you have things like RT cores, of course, I'm talking about, and then CUDA cores, which are responsible for. So they're basically the multitaskers. So the more you have, the more on-screen things could be working at the same time. Okay, so which means like it's basically like the CUDA cores are representative of workers in a factory. Okay, the more workers you have, the more output work you get, right? So it's comparable to that. So the PlayStation 4, like I said, has the GPU on that thing. From my studies, at least Google studies, let's put it that way, it gave me the information that I had about 5,000 something on the PS4. But the one thing I think I'm not sure about this. I'd have to look it up, but I think it's a quad core for the PlayStation 4, and the Switch is an octa-core, which has the CPU has 8 cores, and I think it was 4 cores on the PS4. I could be wrong about this. I don't exactly remember, but even then, but the RAM is where it shines. Like the Switch is going for a lot of RAM, with the 12 gigs of RAM, which is, I mean, in terms of the industry, is nothing too crazy compared to things that we have up this time. But like for comparison, the PlayStation had 8 gigs of RAM, as in the Switch has 12. So that's one thing where it shines over the PlayStation. And RAM could be very, 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 very helpful when doing AI upscaling, right? RAM is helpful for everything, right? It's basically the processing speed of, it's like your brain's processing speed, right? Comparatively, the more you have, the faster you're going to be processing things, right? we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's gonna be how they implement it. But the Switch 2 can't run GTA 6. Very unlikely. If there is optimization done to the game, if they lower the base resolution to perhaps 720 or even 540, perhaps they can upscale it to 1080 or even from 5 to 720, perhaps. And if you optimize the graphics in the game by the development by Rockstar, you can make it work on the Switch too. But natively, if you're talking about natively 1080p and you just like you have the Switch 2 and no development intervention, and you just throw the raw game at the Switch 2, that thing will poop itself, and basically it's a slideshow. It's what it's going to be. It's going to be a slideshow. You're going to be running at 10 FPSs. It's definitely not going to work. Definitely not going to work. If you optimize it and you DLSS it, you'll be at a good place. I think you can get away with it. I'm going to need a whole box of Pop-Tarts, and it's a $26 candle. Ah, Samina, it's good to see you. I need Frosty to help me build a computer. All that knowledge. Well, I've been studying this like I started studying this like 2 months ago because I was tired of not knowing, you know, like I'd be on stream and I wanted to explain things and I just didn't know. So I went into depth like I did. I'll be honest, my knowledge is internet knowledge, but I'm going off of good sources and videos on YouTube professionals, like actual IT guys who talk about this. And I've gone into depth about learning these things so that I could have the knowledge to, if I want to like explain something to you guys, I'm not sitting here with my uhs and ahs and you know, and I actually have some substance to offer you. And I think it can make us all smarter, not really smarter, but more wise. The more information you have, the more educated decisions you can make. What's the best Pop-Tart kind? Strawberry for me. Strawberry. I like the s'mores one too. Hi Lynx, how's it going? I'm hungry for Pop-Tarts now. I got mug cake. That sounds good. Mug cake. All right, we're gonna go on that raid. There's people already there. All right, we're gonna go on that raid. I love you guys. Take care, be good. We're gonna be talking about the Switch 2 a little bit tomorrow. Cause I'm losing my voice. I'm kind of tired. Sorry, Frosty. Nah, no problem. There's people already. I took a glance. I just glanced over and I was like, I see Christina and Chris there, and I was like, uh-oh. Thank you for sharing, no problem. All right, guys, this is it for me. It was a lot of fun. Again, get excited. We're going to have great days ahead of us for the Switch 2. Good night, Frost. Good night, Samina. And as always, guys, stay frosty, be good, do good, and good things will happen to you. And that's the way of the universe, and you know it. So I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys. Let's go on that raid.